So hello guys, this is a short walkthrough of the new LG Optimus 2X, the world's first dual-core mobile device. So let's take a look at its hardware specs. So you have the HDMI port here on top, which is covered by a plastic flap there, wherein you can connect your device to an HD capable television or LCD. You also have the 3.5mm headphone jack here, and this is your power and lock button. On the right side you have the volume rocker, but other than that you don't have anything else. The left side is bare. You don't have any buttons here or any important hardware component. At the bottom you have the dual stereo speakers, which very much resembles the one that you could see in iPhone 4. So it's almost the same design. You also have in the middle the micro USB port for connecting your mobile device to a laptop or computer, and also for charging your phone. Here in front you have a 4.0 WVGA IPS LCD, and based from my experience, the screen is really good. It has that very detailed look to it, so using this phone is really a joy. And also, aside from that, you have your 1.3 megapixel front-facing camera for video calling and video teleconferencing here on the upper right portion of the phone. On the upper left you have your sensors, proximity sensors, and your light sensors, ambient light sensors. And you have dedicated for touch sensitive keys here at the bottom part of the screen, which light up when you turn on the phone. These are touch sensitive keys, so you don't have any hardware buttons really there. You just have to use your fingers to touch it and to operate it. At the back, you have the 8 megapixel autofocus camera with LED flash for taking pictures in poorly lit environments. And other than that, you don't have anything else there. So let's try to check what's how the UI or the user interface of the phone itself. So this is the lock button. So you can see it showcases your missed calls and unread messages. You have the time and the date and the type of SIM that you're using. So slide up to unlock, so you don't need to press anything else, or you don't need to do anything else instead of just did you see that one? That's the animation of the weather widget, so you would know what weather to expect for the day. So if you update that one, the animation would again show, but yeah, I guess. So you also have 4 dedicated shortcuts down here, which you can change any way you like. You could put in your most used applications there, and of course you can create shortcuts also here by long pressing the screen. You will have these options to choose from. You have your shortcuts, you have LG widgets. So LG provided some native widgets that are actually being offered only for LG mobile devices. So you have very important ones such as the analog clock, you have your analog alarm clock, you have bookmarks, calendar, contacts, digital alarm, digital clock, email, FM radio, memo, message, music, my status for updating your social status accounts, social networking account, sorry. You also have social feeds, picture frame, today briefing, today's schedule, weather and clock, world clock, and Yahoo News. So actually, the LG widgets are they offer more LG widgets than the regular widgets that you would find in any Android device. So some of the widgets here are just the calendar. Well, I've installed some widgets already, so you don't need to look at that if you don't want to install them. You will also have the Google search, which is very common. You have the home screen tips, latitude, you have market, news and weather, picture frame, power control, rate, places. Some of those were, I just included them. And lastly is the YouTube widget. So those are some of the widgets that you can use for this phone. Aside from that, you can also include folders, so you can group applications and label them accordingly. You have wallpapers. This one supports still pictures and also live wallpapers. I was actually surprised with the live wallpapers in this phone because it has a lot as compared to other Android phones. So you have the bubbles movement, you have Christmas Snow City. Let's check them out one by one. This is the one, the bubble one. You can pop those bubbles. Christmas Snow City is just like a snow globe. So there's really no interaction there. You also have this one I just installed, so let's not check that one out. Firework is also included in this phone when you buy it for the first time. So you have, you can create all those fireworks. Galaxy, which was sort of taken from the Samsung Galaxy phones. You also have grass, which is very common. It is time-based, so during the evening you'll see the evening sky. During the morning you'll see, it'll also be daytime. Some of those I just installed. Magic Smoke is default, so yeah, basically just sort of green smoke, which you can change in the settings if you want. Change the color. You also have many. So this is sort of like a hardware view of what's happening in the background. You also have Nexus. This came probably from the Google's Nexus S. So actually when you use this live wallpaper, you can interact with it. You also have Polar Clock, shows the minute, the day, the time, the hour in a circular manner. You also have Spectrum. This is sort of like a decibel meter of some sorts. You also have the VU meter. Also sort of like a sound meter. Water, which is also common for some Android device. So there, you can touch this one. Once you use this live wallpaper, you can touch the screen and it will make ripples. And you have water drop. This one sports like in the glass where there's water droplets, and you can just create water droplets and let them slide once you touch it. And last but not the least, you have the waveform, which is much like the Spectrum with a different color. So those are some of the live wallpapers. And you can also clear the home screen if you think it's too cluttered and you don't want to individually remove all the things you've already placed in the screen. You can just press that one to remove everything and design a new home screen. So basically you have 7 home screen panels wherein you can populate with different widgets and shortcuts. So basically there's there you can pinch the screen in order to see all 7 homepage panels, and just press the ones, sorry, you can press the ones that you feel like pressing, or you feel like you want to go directly to that panel. You just press it. Okay, so other than that, let's go through the menu. Actually, you have three choices of menu style here. You have the horizontal grid, which is the regular ones you would see normally in most Android phones. Well, especially Samsung Android phones. There, which you can just go over the apps by scrolling horizontally. You also have the vertical grid, which is the former view of Android menu. So as you can see, we have labels on top, system applications, downloads. So actually, you can press the menu button. By the way, the four keys are menu button, the home button, back button, and the search button. So here, you can add a category, for example, in order to create, a new label, and you can just edit the whole thing and put whatever application you feel like you want to put under that label. So for example, let's try one. Let's say games, and once you click on OK, you will probably see the games label on top. So if you want to put something in there, you just need to press the menu button and click on edit, and you can now look for whatever application you want to put under that label. So let's try something. Let's try one. For example, let's put Angry Bird Rio on that panel. So just need to drag it, or on that label, just need to drag it to that label, and there you have it already under the games category. So once you're done with it, you can just press done here, and you already have your Angry Birds Rio there, properly labeled under games. So, and last but not the least, the style. You have the list style. So this one is the most basic one, much like the vertical grid, but it's really a list here, and you can just drag this ones to go directly to the first letter of the application you're looking for. So it's much faster to find the application you want to see. Although there's really not much of customization going on in this type of menu.